Hello internet people, welcome back to the channel. I have a quote from TikTok and it goes as follows. The 2020 kids will perceive 2010s music the same way that 2000s kids perceived the 90s. And that shook me to another level. The fact that this quote is so incredibly accurate just scares me. Listen, I'm a 2000s baby and I've experienced music from the 2000s, 90s, and 80s. I've experienced many genres and sounds throughout my life, but the one decade I cannot get out of my head is the 2010s. Katy Perry, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Pitbull. Oh my God, there's so many artists out there. And I know some of these artists were also in the 2000s, but stay with me here. I think their primes were 100% in the 2010s. There's just such a feel to the 2010s that just hasn't been able to be replicated again. Before I keep going, I just want to say thank you for showing so much love and support for the last video. I did not expect it to go nuclear the way it did, but I'm just glad that it did because it showed me that I have potential. So yeah, thank you very much for the love and support for the last video. And I truly just appreciate it. Thank you. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe to support me and to keep me motivated. Let's get to it. Look, I know this video is entirely my opinion, but there are objectively good artists that no one in any other decade has been able to top. For songs, we have Somebody I Used to Know, an incredible timeless banger. I Took a Pill in Ibiza. People know the remix more than the original song, which is quite crazy because the original song is equally just as good. It's just a different vibe to it, you know? Then we have Trap Queen by Fetty Wap, Diamonds by Rihanna, Rolling in the Deep by Adele. There's just too many good songs to name. And for artists, I mentioned a few earlier, but let me just speed run through them again. First, we have Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Adele, Taylor Swift, Post Malone, Usher, Billie Eilish, Daft Punk, Flo Rida, Avicii, Fun, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and Skrillex. Wow. Just naming those few people just made me realize how much of a banger the 2010s were. And then when you compare it to the 2020s, like, who do we have? We have like Taylor Swift still making music. You have other pop girlies like Olivia Rodrigo or Chaperone, which I mean, I don't mind, but you know, it's kind of the same variety as Taylor Swift. And the other option for the radio is just some dude singing loud as fuck, like that Ordinary song, fucking Ordinary. Or just like the Benson Boone slash Harry Styles type of artist. And then for songs, what do we have? We have like Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter. And then we have Levitating by Dua Lipa, which is quite fire actually. And then most of the Weeknd songs are good too, but there's just so many Weeknd songs that they play in the radio. It's just, we can stop with the Weeknd. And then we also have Ordinary by Alex Warren, which makes me want to sever my ears whenever I hear it. That's just a main issue though, because most of my music consumption comes from the radio at work, which I unfortunately do not get to control. If you work in retail or the food industry, you know how radio stations love to spam the same 5 to 8 songs over and over and over again until your shift is over. But what other 2020 songs am I forgetting? I feel like the best songs came out during the 2020 COVID era, so like the 2020 through 2022 type of years. Since then, I have not heard any songs that are particularly massive. And look, no hate to the 2020s pop music, but it's just kind of ass. If you compare 2026 to 2016, there's a huge gap in music quality. At this point in 2010s, we had an insane amount of timeless classics from almost every genre. From pop, rap, alternative, shit, even the movie soundtracks were going fucking platinum. For albums, we have Bruno Mars dropping 2 classic albums in 2 years. This man has not missed in his entire catalog. Some other artists have dropped bangers for Adele with 21, Rihanna with Anti, Katy Perry with Teenage Dream, Taylor Swift with 1989, Daft Punk with Random Access Memories. Oh my god, I love that album. If you have not listened to the album in its entirety, you should go listen to it right now. You'll find out when it's over that Get Lucky is low-key kind of one of the worst tracks in that whole list of bangers, and it's a massive hit out of the whole album, so it's kind of insane. Moving on, we had Kendrick Lamar with T-Pav and GKMC, Paramore by Paramore, and these are just the albums. Like, the songs within the albums are fucking amazing, almost 10 out of 10s all across the board. And then when you paired these with the one-hit wonders of the decade, it was just an incredible time to be alive. Talking about one-hit wonders, let's talk about them more in depth. I'm going to be 100% honest with you right now. Gun to the back of my head, I cannot name 5 one-hit wonders from the 2020s decade. Most of the songs I hear on the radio are from pretty established artists, so like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Chaperone, Benson Boone, Somber, you know, the usual. So I took it upon myself to look up some of the one-hit wonders, and Jesus Christ, they are fucking awful. First, we have Masked Wolf, aka the guy that made Astronaut in the Ocean, and this is some of the worst fucking rapping I've ever heard in my life. Complete and utter trash if I do say so myself. I cannot bear to listen to this whole song all the way through, at least just even once. And it's 2 fucking minutes long. Another one hit wonder, we have Gale with ABCDEFU. Just an annoying fucking song all around. Whoever let the song be popular needs to be sent to prison, because good lord, this song makes being deaf seem like a blessing. And lastly, we have Tommy Richman with $1 Million Baby. I never understood the hype for the song, and I still don't, because the voice is kind of annoying and irks me. But now let's talk about the 2010s one-hit wonders, because they are fucking insane. First, we have Goat-E with the timeless and amazing song Somebody I Used to Know. You can play this song as many times as possible, and it would not get boring or annoying annoying in the slightest. It's just an all-around incredible song, and I will never forgive Doechii for sampling it. The second one-hit wonder is Magic with the song Rude. This song is great and catchy, and if you play this around me, I would be singing my lungs out no matter what, every single time without a miss. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? I never said I was a good singer, so cut that. Cut that. Third, we have Am I Wrong by Nico and Vince. I mean, come on, it's a banger, generational. Kitty, good morning. Okay, you going back to sleep? Okay. And lastly, we have Safe and Sound by Capital Cities. Honestly, the album that this song came from is just an entire fire project. From start to finish, it's amazing. Listen to it. I highly recommend it. There are so many great one-hit wonders of the 2010s, but of course, with every great song comes the annoying ones. And the 2010s definitely did have their fair share of annoying songs. This includes What Does a Fox Say, 7 Years by Lucas Graham, Panda by Designer, Best Day of My Life by American Authors, and some others. And even though these songs are annoying, they're still better and less annoying than most of the 2020 songs, as well as I would debate most 90s songs. That is one hill I'm willing to die on. Even though some of the 2010 songs are annoying, no matter how annoying they can get, the 90s and 2020s have way more annoying songs than the 2010s. If I held you at gunpoint and made you pick between Wonderwall, 7 Years, and Unholy to listen to for the rest of your life, you would probably say, Tell My Mom I Love Her, this is the end for me. I'm just kidding, but you would probably pick 7 Years. Am I wrong? Like I said earlier, I'm just trying to say like the most annoying 2010 song is definitely less annoying than the least annoying 90s and 2020 song. Do you follow me? Like, come on, we're grown now. We can all stop pretending to like All-Star by Smash Mouth. And I will get some hate for that, but let's be honest, the only reason that it's that popular and that beloved is because of Shrek. That one connection just carries the song as a whole. And as a standalone song, it's just stinky. And just to compare All-Star to another movie song, let's compare this song to Let It Go from Frozen. This song had every girl in the world thinking that they were Elsa. And trust me, I know because I have a younger sister and younger cousins that were around like 6 or 7 when this movie came out, and they were fucking singing their hearts out and just cosplaying as them, and it was just insane time to be alive in general. Like, they literally knew every lyric from start to finish. I barely know any songs now as a grown adult from start to finish. If we were to compare it as a standalone song compared to All-Star, it would not make sense because it's tied to the events of the movie, but it's still fire as fuck, and still, most importantly, less annoying. The only reason that this song got annoying is because of how overplayed it was, which happens to most popular songs. But now when they play on the radio, I'm like, oh
fuck yeah, turn that shit up right now.
Like at work, whenever I hear 2010 songs come up, I get hyped as fuck. At my workplace, there are people of different ages, so they grew up with different decades of music that they would like enjoy. But even then, whenever they hear a song on the radio, they don't get like hyped, they don't like get excited or like reference it or even acknowledge it. Like, there's clearly some quality missing from their earlier years that people don't get excited about now, you know? But when a 2000s kids hears the 2010s banger, they're like, hey, yo, can you put the fries in the bag, please? Come on, hurry up. Come on, let's go. Let's go, come on, hurry it up.
Greetings, loved one.
Oh shit, this is my shit right here. Let's go. Let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Yeah, I just think that 2010s is more exciting and less annoying because of how dynamic the beat selection was and how iconic the pop songs are. Just think about it. I mean, like, there's so many experimentation going on in the early 2010s, and this made it so like no songs ever sounded the same, and the radio station never got boring. Like, one second you'll be hearing Die Young by Kesha, and then you'll be hearing Get Lucky by Daft Punk. The next second you'll be hearing Grenade by Bruno Mars. There's like a whole bunch of different beats going on, so you're like enthralled in everything that's going on in the songs. And then when compared to now, you get Taylor Swift singing The Fate of Ophelia, which I strongly believe is a ripoff of Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan. That's a whole different discussion, but I'm not gonna touch that right now. And then the next second you'll be hearing Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, and then the next second you'll be hearing fucking Ordinary by Alex Warren or some other Weeknd song that you've heard like 20 times already. Then the radio station decides to fucking spam these songs like 5 times over and over and over and over again. And I know I'm sounding like a old whiny old head unk, just saying like, oh, this shit sounds all the same. Back in my day, we used to have the good old shit. But I believe strongly in this case that it's true. Back in the 2010s, we had the best music. And if I had to find a reason on why this is the case, I would say TikTok. Whether you like it or not, the next generation is being raised on TikTok. Actually, just like short form content in general, but that's a whole different video. But for now, let's just stick to music. This new pop music is just catered towards the new kids, the new generation, duh. But you can really tell by the length of the songs getting shorter and shorter every year. Like back in the 2010s, you used to have songs like 3-4 minute plus. Now you just barely have songs reaching like barely 3 minutes. I'm just saying all this just to emphasize that the instrumentation of the 2010s was so much more dynamic than it is nowadays. A lot lot of 2010s artists were just throwing stuff to the wall, and most of it stuck. Like most of it was amazing. A lot of EDM and synths and like digital instrumentation was added to these new songs in 2010s, and people fucked with it a lot. It gave a lot of songs from the 2010s a whole new layer of musicality that you don't really find now. Talking about things that you don't really find now, let's talk about remixes. And when I talk about remixes, I'm not talking about when like an artist makes a huge hit, makes 20 versions of that same song with like one little thing changed. Like, oh my god, you guys like this song? Let's make a slow reverb version, or let's make a drumless version.
No.
I'm talking about remixes that made a whole new feeling that not even the artists themselves thought about. The biggest and best example I can think of is the I Took a Pill in Ibiza song. Originally, this was a song by Mike Posner, W artist by the way, one of my favorites of all time, and the remix was done by Zeeb. This remix is so popular that people don't even refer to this as a remix, they just refer to this as like the normal song. And rightfully so, because this remix was like so monumental that like it just took over the identity of the song itself, and people just know this remix more than the original song, which is crazy to me because the OG song is just equally as good. It's just a whole different vibe to it, like I said earlier, but still really good. But yeah, remixes were huge in the 2010s, and I don't see them anymore, which really sucks because remixes were amazing and give you a whole different perspective of a song. And it was just really fun seeing people experiment with like the lyrics of the song to make a whole new song in itself. Like I said earlier, it just really sucks because it allowed for a lot of creativity, and I just love to hear them on the radio. But hey, what can a guy yelling into a microphone really do? Oh. I guess it just depends on what you're yelling about. Also, the mashups that the radio stations used to do was fucking amazing. I remember very vividly like driving down the street with my mom after like a party or like a family event and just listening to the greatest fucking mashup of all time. It's fucking seamless transitions, awesome beats. It was just awesome. You know, maybe I'm tying the quality of the music to the nostalgia, but fuck it, sue me. Anywho, before leaving, I want to give a top 10 pop songs of the 2020s and the 2010s. I know I've been talking the 2020s decade for a little bit, but I want to shine the light on some of the good music that has come out of the 2020s. And hey, there's still more years in the 2020s decade, so they still have a chance to release banger ass music. Anyway, let's get to it. For the 2020s, my top 10 pop songs in no particular order are One Kiss by Dua Lipa and Calvin Harris, Heat Waves by Glass Animals, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, aka Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, Glimpse of Us by Joji, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, Good Luck Babe by Chapo Roan, Stick Season by Noah Khan, DTMF by Bad Bunny, Nokia by Drake, and finally we have Everybody Scream by Florence and the Machine. These are all songs that I listen to and quite enjoy and that I have in my playlist and listen to quite a bit. Anyway, for the 2010s decade, my top 10 pop songs in no particular order are Wake Me Up by Avicii, We Are Young by Fun, This Is What You Came For by Rihanna and Calvin Harris, Teenage Dream by Katy Perry, Get Lucky by Daft Punk, Boom Clap by Charlie XCX, I Like It by Enrique Iglesias and Pitbull, I Took a Pill in Ibiza by Mike Posner, Am I Wrong by Nico and Vince. Lastly, we have Somebody I Used to Know by Goyi. Honestly, I was struggling to find songs for the 2020s top 10, which kind of sucks because the songs that I did find was like very debatable on if I liked them or not. Some of them are on my playlist like I said earlier, but some of those were like kind of like shoo-ins. But for the 2010s, I was just struggling to find songs that I should put in there, you know? There's so many good songs in the 2010s decade that I could make a whole top 100 to be honest. Like 2010s decade is just filled with amazing music and I just can't stop glazing it. There are so many songs and artists that I didn't put in the top 10, such as Capital Cities, Ariana Grande, Adele, One Direction, Justin Bieber, Bastille, Florida, just straight up icons of the 2010s. In conclusion, I can literally talk about 2010s decade for hours on end. But yeah, if you agree with me in my take of the 2010s being the best decade for pop music, tell me why and drop me your favorite artist or song down below in the comments. And if you don't agree, tell me why. Any opinions appreciated, and if you like the video and subscribe to get more videos like this one. And yeah, anywho, it's time to work on my next video, so I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.